people, you'll get jobs that way, you'll make all kinds of connections, okay? Talk to anybody. Number 3, and this applies to everybody, so does The Voice. This applies to everybody. Biggest complaint for employers is writing. This is across the board in the United States. Since I've been in this profession over 35 years, the same complaint every single year. So for the Chinese, Japanese, Indian, any nationality you are, Cuban, doesn't matter what you are, writing is a very important skill for an accountant or a financial person. You've got to be able to write. And I'll tell you right now, there's a prejudice against international students. Because what do you think that accounting firm wants you to do? What do you think they want you to do, more than anything?
Write some paper.
Yeah, all right. Write an audit memo, an email, an audit report, a tax return letter, an engagement letter. And what do they think about international students?
Can't write.
Can't write. Can't write. So you have to prove them wrong. You have to, and you are at a disadvantage. I don't know how you do it. I can never go to Korea and start writing Korean. Not able to speak it, but you've got to learn to be able to do that. One of the things I suggest is to keep a journal. Buy a little journal, keep it every day, and it's also part of positive psychology. Write in it the 5 things that you're grateful for from yesterday. 5 things you were grateful for yesterday, and put it in a sentence. Not only does it give you a perspective of what your experience is like here in America and your experience at Pace and at school, it also gives you the opportunity to write, and you should give it to people. Give it to a faculty member or a friend or a staff person or your best friend's mother, and ask them to read it, to look at it, and to critique your writing. Go to the writing lab. Bring your journal every week or every 2 weeks and bring it to the writing lab and ask them to redline things that you've written and then come and look at them. Practice makes perfect. That's what Einstein said. You practice something for 15 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, and you will be an expert at the end of the year in America of that thing, whatever it is, whether it's playing the piano, speaking in front of people, playing checkers, doesn't matter what it is, and writing applies to that. And learn to write in little short sentences. You don't have to be erudite. All you need is a noun, a verb, and a subject. I am going for coffee today. Would you like to come to my house this weekend? I am going to a Beta Alpha Psi meeting. Using nice short sentences in all of your writing will keep you from, going overboard. Oh, my husband gave me I didn't bring it with me. One of the students wrote something, it was incomprehensible. Graduate student, had no idea what the student wrote. I was going to read it to you, but I forgot to bring it. Number 4, make a name for yourself. Stand up, stand out, take leadership roles. If you stand up and say, hey, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, people start to get to know who you are. You make networking connections. When scholarships come, people know that you're the person. When job potentials come up, they know you're the person. How are they going to know who you are if you're not out there invisible so people can see you? And it can be in any way possible. Rex, who knows Rex? Rex works for Graduate Advising. I know Rex because he's got a charming personality. He talks to everybody. His name is Rex. I don't know what his other names are, but I know exactly who he is. And if I know something, and I do know some things about him, if an opportunity comes up, I know exactly where to go. Because he's very visible. He stands up and he lets people know, what he's about. So stand up and be noticed. Take leadership roles in any environment that you can. Number 5, get an American friend. Do not hang around with 5 Chinese. Do not hang around with 5 Indians. Do not hang around with 5 Cuban, Russian, Swedish people, which you're never going to find. And that applies for you Americans. Hang around with an international person. Ask them questions about how they grew up. Ask them about their religion. It's probably the one time that you could actually have a conversation about religion, politics, sex, and sports. Well, maybe not sex. But, these are things you don't talk about in America, by the way, in case you don't know that. In business, never. Religion, sex is okay. Religion, no. Sports, no.
Political.
Politics, no. But if you're trying to find out about somebody's country and about their background, you'll find out amazing things. And you can only do that if you make a friend with somebody who's not from your nationality and share those things with them on a regular basis. Number 6, share holidays. Go down to the international office on the 2nd floor. You all know where that is. For all of the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, for our holidays, they take a list. First of all, they put out an email to faculty and staff and ask them if they would invite some international students to their house for the holidays. And they're going to do this year because I checked. You don't have to do it just through the international office. You can do it among your friends. If you've got an American friend or a Japanese friend or a Chinese friend, ask them to share a holiday with them and actually celebrate it. I've done that every year that I've been here. I have a friend, he's Indian, VJ Reddy. I hooked up with him for Thanksgiving. He came to my house, he met my whole family. He continually comes to my house for my holidays. He now is down in Atlanta working. He was from the Seidenberg School, and we've been friends ever since because I got to know him through the holidays and sharing holidays. I have a lot of other friends that have done that too. Okay, number 7, 8, 9, and 10, I think I'll just not do them because...
We'll save it for a Q&A.
Yeah.
We'll save it for a Q&A.
Okay, but I think those 6 are really big ones that would help you tremendously. Okay, and I'll stay around for questions.
Right now, Margarita?
Oh, okay.
Cuban, Russian,
Yes.
Swedish.
Hello, and my name is Margarita Petrenko. I was born in Russia, have a Cuban father, but have been raised in Sweden. So wherever I am, I'm like, I don't fit in. When I'm in Ukraine, oh, well, wait, you don't look Ukrainian. When I'm in Sweden, I don't look Swedish. Everyone's tall and blonde. When I'm in Cuba, I don't speak that good Spanish, so they all know like something's not right. And now I live in America. And coming here was really hard, like with the English and everything. My English has improved a lot being here. And I can only agree with Dr. O. You too, like, I had a very hard time coming here. And I dorm in Maria's Tower. I'm a freshman, by the way. And I dorm. And when I got here, I was an early arrival. And there was one guy on my floor who was from Spain, Abilio. And he was also an international student. So we started hanging out. And after a while, it was only me and him all the time. He was the only person I hung out with because he understood me. He understood like my, oh, New York is so dirty. Why are Americans so like weird? Why do they say like, you come into a store and you get like, hello, how are you doing? Like, I don't understand. Am I supposed to answer like this whole like this was my day, and like these like small cultural differences that like I just don't understand. And I think after about 2 months, I realized, what's wrong with me? My English hasn't improved like, at all. The only thing I do is hang out with Abilio or Skype my parents or friends. So like 5 hours a day, I just Skyped. And after a while, I thought, well, I have a roommate. I can hang out with her. She's from California. So I started hanging out with my roommate, and I realized there's so much like in the American culture that is amazing and so much fun. Like we saw the Super Bowl. That was like a totally new experience for me. Like how enthusiastic Americans are about American football, because when the Super Bowl is on here, it's like 3 in the morning in Sweden, so no one watches it. And I had an opportunity to celebrate Thanksgiving in an American family, which was amazing because it's so much easier to relate to people when you actually have time to be with them one-on-one for a while. Not just like say hello in the elevator or have that awkward talk like in class before the lesson starts. So like conclusion is just like try to be out there as much as possible, and I don't know, everything's gonna work out. And then everyone is curious. Like as much as you want to know about the American culture, people want to know about you as well. Like they want to ask you questions, and so just like talk to people and have fun. That's why you're here.
Okay, I'm Umesh Patel, and a lot of you know me because you're in the same program as I am. A lot of you are graduate students, and that's why you can probably relate to me a little more. A lot